Alright, welcome everybody to my first ever Let's Play video. This is Access Denied, bringing you Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. Now, this is my second attempt at doing this. I actually had about 17 hours of a Let's Play recorded on this game. I had 3 videos uploaded, or 2 or 3. And I wasn't happy with where it was going. I didn't read up on the differences between classic and definitive edition. Like, for example, these gift bags. I didn't know what those were. Didn't care to look. Didn't read about any of it. And I went with a Retribution tank build that I had spent a lot of time putting together. It was a lone wolf build. And for those of you who don't know what lone wolf is, it's to where you can play with either 1 or 2 characters and get an additional boost because you're not going to be playing with a full party. If you're not going to play the full party, which is 4 people, then the game will get pretty much exceedingly harder. And while the build still worked, I didn't realize that in Definitive Edition, because the game was so broken if you knew what you were doing, they nerfed a ton of things, and one of the things that they nerfed was your abilities, not your attributes, but your abilities capped out at 10. And while you could still go above 10 with gear, it's just not the same. So Retribution became just nowhere near as good. I still made it work, but you know, I had to get very creative because there are some fights where it's 8 versus 1. And the build was designed to, I need to take hits and punishment in order to kill my opponents. So between CCs and how long it took, because I had to get beat on, which means I had to go through everybody's turn. It wasn't group 'em and nuke 'em. And all the things that I missed in Definitive Edition, the fact that I had to change my build roughly 9 or 10 hours into the game because I didn't realize I couldn't go past 10 on Retribution. It was just a mess. So I deleted it. And now I'm just going to do a full party and see what's what. Now, I don't know if I want to do any of the mods, but there are mods that kind of give you quality of life. Actually, I think I am going to do those. So what we're going to do, we're going to come in here, go single player, Tactician Mode. We'll just do regular. And this, from all the different modes, Tactician Mode is by far the most difficult. Bring it on. Combat is demanding and your foes are devious and observant. For every surprise you spring, they will respond with 2 of their own. Not for the faint of heart. And here they warn you like 2 or 3 times, are you sure you want to do Tactician Mode? Yes. Final warning, there would be no changing the game's difficulty. I accept. So I've got my stuff kind of planned out here. I was shooting from the hip on the other one, and I'm not going to do that. I want to have fun. I'm not going to skip dialogue. And I'm going to try to keep things as juicy as possible. And here, I'm just going to go with my own character. I don't want undead. Now, for anyone who hasn't played, there are characters that are predetermined or set. You have the Red Prince, Sibyl, Ifin bin Mezd, or Mezd, I don't know, Beast, and Losa. She is by far my favorite. She is so awesome. And that's another thing about this game, is it is my personal favorite traditional RPG game out there. Between deep story, likable, relatable characters, exquisite gameplay, not to mention it's turn-based, this game is... I just can't say enough good things about it. I'm not going to sit here and gush over it non-stop, but this is an amazing game. Fane, which is an undead, and as you can see, all these different races get different talents. But undead are a little more difficult to play, but still fun. That's what my retribution tank was. It's very interesting, but I'm just going to go with a custom human. And what do I want to start with? We're going to go witch. Do witch, changes appearance. I think the face is fine. I think that hairstyle's got to go. Do that hairstyle. Could rock some purple hair. I'm gonna make this character in the image of my very first character that I ever made in an RPG. Try to get it as close as possible.
Nice try.
Nice try!
Prepare yourself.
I'll yield to none.
Prepare.
I'm ready.
Sure. Preset. We're going to change up our attributes. We want no finesse. We're going to put everything into intelligence. And this is going to be a witch build that focuses on necromancer, mostly, and a bit of warfare. And this is going to be like a savage nuking class via blood. So that's the game plan there. So we're going to start with 13 intelligence and abilities. I'm going to take one out. I'm going to take out one of Scoundrel. I'm going to put one into Warfare. And take 1 point out of Persuasion. Who do I want to be my thief? You know, Persuasion would be good. I do think I kind of want... How do I have this set up? Thievery is just so good in this game. I'm going to go Thievery. Take 1 point out of Leech, and we're going to start off with Executioner. Keep in mind that Executioner, you have to have a point in Warfare. You can see down there the requirements. And Executioner gives you +2 extra action points after dealing a killing blow once per turn. That is amazing. Highly recommend that. And then tags. What do I want? I think I want to go Scholar. Scholar and Mystic. These options here are fairly relevant just because there are certain aspects of the game, say you come across a tome or a book that your character can't read, but if you had the Scholar origin, you would understand, oh, that's a book of whatever the fuck, and you'll be able to read it, and you can gain valuable information on that. So we're going to take that, and our instrument. Love the flute. Yeah, tambour's alright. You know what? Let's go with the cello. And I've got my setup for the other crew. I think we're gonna go with the Red Prince for one of our other characters, and then I always end up going with Losa and Sabile. I love those two characters. Oh. Where am I missing talent points? Oh, I need to edit this. What am I thinking? Getting way ahead of myself. Sorry, give me a second here. Just looking at my stuff. Let's go with... Go with that. I'll come back for Bloated Corpse. So we're going to go with Battering Ram. Rush forward in a straight line. And any enemy it hits, if they have no physical armor up, it will knock them down. That's major. Crowd control in this game is so important. It also does a bit of physical damage, which really isn't all that impressive, but it's still something. So knocking off the physical armor is pretty huge, and that's what a lot of the Necromancer spells focus on. Yes, it's based on intelligence, but it deals physical damage instead of magic damage. So I think double check my setup here. Blah blah. Alright, yeah, that looks good. So we got that. Intelligence 3, Thievery, Necromancer Warfare. Got all those set up. Yes. And I'll do my best to try not to talk over any dialogue or anything.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Love this damn game. So, the basic premise of this game is going to start me off here in the tutorial chamber.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry, the sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now, no need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Okay, so I need to load all the mods that I need to load.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
No, it wasn't a dream. So in Definitive Edition, you come down here. You have Larian modifications. Now, they have granted these modifications as... I believe these were all Once Upon a Time player mods that were granted, safe for actually implementing into the game as part of, well, I guess the Definitive Edition. So the first one to get is 8 action points. Increase the base maximum action points of the hero characters to 8. Originally, I believe it was 6. So say, for example, if you pass your turn to conserve action points, which are points you need to spend, it's like currency for your spells, you can bank them and take them into the next round, and they increase the amount based off player feedback, and they decided that 8 was better than 6. So we're going to take that. Herb Garden is something I'm going to take because it's a cheese way to get more money should you need it. But it's basically farm simulator, and if you... It's very useful. I don't think I'm going to do it on camera. So in between saves and videos, I might end up actually doing a bit of herb gardening so I can make potions and, you know, sell some Drudene, which is in-game weed. Sells for a whole lot. Good way to get money. Animal empathy is, I'm very glad they put that in because it gives you the perk Pet Pal, which allows everyone to talk to animals. Originally, it was something that you had to spend a perk point on, and it's just nowhere near as valuable as anything else, so no one ever wanted to take it. But it was really cool because you got to talk to animals, and animals could help you figure out puzzles you're stuck on. They could tell you secret things. They could help you out along the way. It was just an assist, and they added it to where you can get it for free. Reputation and skill of your whole party will help you. You want to haggle for best prices. That's good because if you have someone that's got barter, I don't have to send all my stuff to one of my other characters, select them, and then sell. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm not going to do combat randomizer. That's going to be for non-recorded gameplay for myself. It gives mobs in combat some random ability. Makes combat more interesting. Crafter's kit. There's new recipes with that. I think I'm going to go ahead and take that. I haven't really looked into it. Magic Mirror allows you to respec your character. This was originally not allowed until Act 2, but we're going to go ahead and take it now. Improved organization is pretty big. I like that. It puts a whole bunch of bags in your inventory, and you can separate much easier all of your wares and certain items and whatnot. It was great. Pet Power I haven't messed with. Enhances the summoning class and its infusion spells immensely. With this mod, you can cast infusion spells on all available summons, not just your own incarnate. Each summon receives different skills depending on the base elemental type infusion. Since I haven't got to play with this, and I am going to be doing 2 summoners, I'm going to have a melee, a witch. I'm going to have like a knight, a witch, and then 2 summoners. So we'll go ahead and take that. Sorceress Sundries allows you to upgrade old pieces of armor. So if you find a piece of armor or weapon, or any piece of jewelry, anything you could wear or equip, say it's like a level 5, but it's got really good stats and you want to keep it, you could spend a lot of money and get these sundries and upgrade that from a level, say, 5 item to your current level, which is awesome. And of course, you know I want Endless Runner. It toggles a sprint ability. So we're going to apply all of those. It's going to disable all achievements, which I do not care about. And then we'll get this party started after this loads. I really hope the setup's going to be good. I got ideas for it. And there's just so many ways you could play this game. It's just so incredible. And every time I play it, I've discovered something new. That's really awesome. And there's a few other options as far as dialogue and quests that I'm going to try out that I haven't done yet. Because I always tend to do this noble type of character, which is, you know, fine. But it's kind of whatever. So, grenades and traps. Don't need that leaflet, just explains how sundries work. And I am pretty compulsive with my bar. I don't like a lot of things on it. So we'll turn that on. Get Endless Sprint going. And I'm going to put all of my source abilities over here. Oops. Get that off there. Don't need this backpack anymore. Actually, what am I doing? I want my potions. And where are my scrolls? It's books. Skill books. Scrolls? What's written? Aids. And food. Where's my food? Food and drink. Alright, that looks good. And then we'll go through this tutorial section and then we'll go through the next part.